Hello everyone, this is Steve from Rightly Dividing, and no, this is not a video on our next sentence diagramming tutorial. However, it is a video that relates to sentence diagramming. If you remember the first video that we did in the series, I gave you some resources for practicing your sentence diagramming. And one of those was Dr. Randy Leedy's sentence diagramming template. And I'll go ahead and open that up and show that to you now. And what the diagram does is, or what the template does is it allows you to drag these shapes. You paste your scripture right here into the text, and then you drag these shapes here onto the canvas and begin diagramming your text. But what I thought was that there's a lot of he's got everything labeled, but there's still a lot of stuff down here that people might not necessarily understand what it is. And so what I decided to do was to make my own sentence diagramming template. And I did that, and I'll open that up now. It's a lot more simple than Dr. Leedy's, and you'll see it's not nearly as detailed, but these are the basic shapes that most of you, if you're English speaking people, are used to seeing on a diagram. And I'm just going to run through it real quick. Oh, excuse me, I'm going to run through it real quick to just to kind of show you how it works. And I did make a Keynote version for Mac users, and I also made a PowerPoint version for PC users. And below this video, you'll see the link to those, to each of those individual files, and you can download them. But let me just go over very quickly how you do this. All you're going to do is come up here and click in this, and you're going to paste your scripture. Now, like with Dr. Leedy's, as soon as you paste your scripture, I would get into the habit of coming up here to File and then Save As, and then that way you won't touch any of this over here or change it as you use it. Now, in order to use a shape, you simply hold down your, if you're on a Mac, you hold down your Option Command button and then click and drag, and it will copy that shape. And if you're on your PC, I believe it's going to be Control and then click and drag. And if you need to adjust the shape anyway, you can do that. This makes it longer. This makes it taller. You shouldn't have to do too much taller, but you can make it longer either way. If you double click on each line, you should be able to do each line as large as you need it. And so really that's basically it. And I did do one more thing, and I'll just show you this here. Double click a word, you can copy it. I'll just do Command C. And then what I did was I made a style. If you come over here, at least on Keynote, I'm not sure how this is going to show up on PowerPoint, or if it is, because I don't have a PC, so I don't run on PowerPoints. But if you come over here to Character Styles, you'll see I made a style called Double Red Strike Through. And what that does is it allows me to be able to see which word has been used, and so I just strike them out there. I'm just going to go ahead and undo that because this is my template, so I don't want to mess it up. But other than that, that is really all there is to it. These shapes right here can be, the lines can be arranged. You can drag, you can use them, drag them, make them as long as you need. Of course, this is the dot for connecting subordinating conjunctions. Also, too, I want you to be aware that you only see one shape here, one side here, for these little rockets. I call them rockets, but for these little compound verbs, subjects, or whatever. But if you need to flip it, you just simply click on it and go over to here, and you'll see flip. You got flip vertically, you got flip horizontally, and you just flip it each way. And the same thing for your stilts. You might want an upward stilt, or you might want a downward stilt, and it will go all the same way. It doesn't matter what shape the direction is facing. All you got to do is hit that reverse button, or that flip button, flip horizontally or flip vertically. So I will provide the link below to download this. This will allow you to practice your sentence diagramming for free. If you can afford the $5 a month subscription to letsdiagram.com, I would certainly recommend that. Let me go to that one more time. That's probably one of the best ways to practice your diagramming. You can simply type your sentence here, hit enter, and then drag the words to the shapes, and it will automatically snap to the shapes. So let's just do this real quick. Wow, I really can't type. There you go. And so you would just drag it just like this. And it's really convenient. It helps you. You can adjust the size if it starts getting too big. You know, your sentence, you can adjust it all the way down to 10% and all the way up to 100% and more if you need to see. But I would suggest this if you can't afford it. But there are some, I understand there are sometimes money is really tight. But for those who do need this sentence diagramming practice module, I will certainly provide it. Absolutely, I'll provide a link for you to download either the Keynote file or the PowerPoint file. Anyway, I hope this helps you, and be on the lookout sometime within the next week or so for our next sentence diagramming tutorial.